Okay, guys, we are here today to show force feeding a baby that has issues getting started. This little guy in particular, I suspect, is a butter spider pinstripe orange ghost. I'm sure of everything except the butter. He hatched out at 30 grams. And normally I would wait until around 6 to 8 feedings and that he's refused before I would do something like this. But since this guy is so small, and I'm sure you can see, if I can zoom in a little bit there, he's getting pretty skinny. And I'm getting really concerned about this guy. So what we're going to do is we are going to attempt to force feed him. Even though I'm not crazy about doing this, and I know he probably isn't either. I use these syringes like this. You can get them at Co-op, I think is where I got mine. Most feed supply stores should have them. But I get this and use. I use the Fluker's calcium powder, like this. 1 large egg, and a jar of chicken-only baby food. You do want to make sure that you do not get something that has vegetables in it, because reptiles, especially snakes, like pythons, cannot digest plants of any kind. Their digestive systems are not long or complex enough to do that. So, and what you want to do is mix the egg, 1 jar of this, and about a teaspoon of your reptile calcium powder together. And I have already taken the liberty to do that before I started. So this container here is my mixture of formula, so to speak, for the baby. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this syringe up. Most average size babies, I would probably give them about 1.5 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons. But this little guy, since he is so tiny, I'm just going to try to give him about 1 to start with. And we'll see how this goes. Pardon me. Step over and get a paper towel. Just dry off this tip. Make things a little easier. And since sometimes this can be a little fun, we're going to snap the lid back on that, because you can refrigerate that mixture and use it again later. So we're going to get our baby here, and you want to get his little head out. You know, he's going to be fighting you like he is, but get his little head out, and you want to get him kind of right behind the head. Make sure not to pinch on the bottom of him, because you don't want to block his esophagus down here. You want to make sure you get on either side of him. And then we're going to take the tube, and he's going to fight big time. And you want to try to get this at least down into his throat. He's going to fight it, big time going to fight it. Plunge slowly. Give his muscles time to swallow. And I'm sorry if it's difficult to see right now. I'm going to get that little bit down him. This little guy is still spunky, so that's good. That gives me hope that he'll make it. This is not the first time I've had to do this with a snake, so I'm hoping that this little guy will pull through as well. We're going to try to get a little bit more in him. I apologize if the video quality is poor. This is difficult to do and aim the snake where it needs to be in the picture. So I apologize if you are not able to see something. But here we go. We are going to get a little bit. He's seems to be calming down just a little bit, I hope. This can be very, very stressful for them, obviously, for obvious reasons. So again, this is why this is a last resort for me. I don't like doing this because it does stress them out. But if you have no other option, then sometimes you have to do what you have to do, whether you like doing it or not. And if you're going to breed animals, this is going to be something that you do have to occasionally deal with. So. I think we're getting more around his mouth than we are in his stomach, but at least something should be going down there. Now, with something like this, this is going to burn off in him a whole lot faster than a regular feeder would, like a mouse or a rat. So you're going to want to do this about every 3 days until he starts to regain his body strength and his weight. Because, again, this is going to burn off before a rat would. So, we're going to give him this, and then we're going to, again, put this in the fridge. This container of extra mixture. We're going to put it in the fridge and hang on to it. Now, when you use it later, you are going to want to heat it up to at least room temperature. You don't want to give him something cold from the refrigerator, so you want to at least get it up to room temp. You can set it in hot water if you need to kind of help warm it. Don't microwave it, though. But yeah, hopefully now this little guy has finally got something in his stomach. So we're going to hope and pray that he pulls through, because he's a pretty cute little guy.